So I told my driver that we're going to buy fuel on our way coming back. And I saw a filling station, Pinnacle Oil and Gas. Normally when I want to buy fuel in my car, I only buy fuel from Total or Mobil. But in this case, because I had read about Peter Mba, the governor of Enugu State, and I heard that he was the owner of Pinnacle Oil and Gas, I decided to buy fuel in Pinnacle Oil and Gas. I've never done it before. So what that simply means is that branding is very, very important in anything we do. So as law students, how do we have a brand? What kind of brand do we project? One thing we must know before we have a brand is that not everybody will like your brand. Donald Trump has a brand. A lot of Nigerians don't like President Donald Trump's brand, but a lot of people also like his brand. So the number one fundamental concept we must understand is that not everybody will like your brand. Some will like your brand and some won't like your brand. So before you can project your brand or determine the kind of brand you want to have, you need to ask yourself some fundamental questions. What kind of student do I want to be? What kind of lawyer do I want to become? What do I want people to think of about me? Do I want people to see me as a responsible student who comes to class regularly? Do I want people to see me as an entertainer? Do I want people to see me as a Yahoo boy? Do I want people to see me as a lawyer who, when we grow up, when we become lawyers, I'm going to become a governor, or I'm going to become a senior advocate of Nigeria, or I'm going to work in a bank? So you have to, first of all, number one, you have to agree in your mind what kind of person you want to be. So when you say, okay, this is the kind of person I want to be, then now ask yourself, what do I need to do to project this sort of image as this kind of person I'm trying to push out? Because some of us will say we want to become senior advocates of Nigeria, we want to become judges. But with the way we live our lives, with the way we move ahead, we don't act in that light. Some of us, when you go to their website, you know, I'm sure all of us see on Instagram what you ordered versus what they gave you. So you can say something online, but if you don't live it, you're not pushing out a brand. So number one, as a student, define the kind of brand you want to have for yourself. When I was in university, in Obafemi Awolowo University, I used to read This Day newspaper a lot. And I read the lawyer section for This Day newspaper. And there was a lady who was in charge of that column, Mrs. Funke Aboyade. I used to read her articles and I always sent emails to her. And when I left OAU and I became a lawyer, I sent her an email that I want to work for her. And she took me in without any interview. Why did she do that? Because she had known my brand, the kind of person I was. That if an undergraduate could have been reading newspaper regularly and he will send us emails and he will publish articles in newspaper, it means that he must be a smart person. It means that he must know what he wants to achieve in life. And she employed me. So as students, our brand starts from being a student. We need to be well put together. We need to dress very well, because when anybody who meets you, within 60 seconds, they are making an assessment of what kind of person you are within 60 seconds of meeting you. So you need to make sure that the way you look, you don't have to look expensive, but you must look very presentable, you must look very neat, you must look very attractive. So that when people see you, they see you as an important person. They don't just see you as a riffraff or someone they don't want to have lunch with. So the first concept you must understand in branding is that not everybody will like your brand. Number two is that you must determine what kind of person you want to be and make sure that what you are aligning yourself with aligns with the kind of person you want to be. If you want to be an entertainer, then from university, people will see you as a comedian, someone who likes to laugh around, and someone who likes to do all sorts of playful stuff. But if you want to be known as a serious lawyer, as a judge, then let them say from your university days, this lady used to participate in debates. She was an editor of a journal in the university. She was the president of a chambers. She was the president of NAMLAS. She was the social secretary of NAMLAS. If you are already participating in NAMLAS as an office holder, then it means you are projecting a brand as someone who is a potential leader, and people will respect you for that. So another concept is that anything we do in life, we are either building our brand or we are killing our brand. When you're on social media, the way you use social media affects your brand. Because if you go on social media and the only thing you check is Bet Naija or you check music, the algorithm of the social media will categorize you as someone who likes betting and who likes music. So what they'll be showing you in the feeds are Bet Naija and music. So it means that even when we are using social media, you must be deliberate. Who do you follow on social media? Who do you follow on Instagram? Which person's post do you comment on? Is it just Nedu and Linda Ikeji you comment on? It's affecting your brand, because even your internet, the history of your internet will be archiving your name as someone who likes gossip, who likes Bet Naija, and who likes rubbish. And that's what you are going to be seeing all the time. So anything we are doing, very important. When you want to go and have lunch, where you go and have lunch also affects your brand. Because if I meet a lady today and I say I want to take you out for a date, maybe I'm a student in the university, and we have different kind of restaurants in the university. We have the ones that are dirty, we have the ones that are clean. If I tell the lady that, let me take you out to where it's dirty to go and eat because I want to save money, then that means I'm passing a message across to the lady that I don't care about hygiene, I'm a cheapskate. Because if you're going to take somebody out for lunch, you don't take somebody out for lunch every day. It's once in a while. So if you know you want to take her out for lunch, plan for it. Save. If you cannot afford a restaurant, go to Chicken Republic or go to a nice restaurant that you pay 10,000 or 7,000. If you want to have meeting with somebody, don't tell them that you want to meet with them in a noisy place. Look at me now. I'm in Ibadan for a meeting. I was traveling yesterday to Osun State. I had a presentation in Osun State. This morning, I had a meeting at 11 o'clock in Ibadan. And when I finished my meeting, I told them that I need to go somewhere. I have another meeting by 1:30. And they said I should use their house. I said, no, I don't want to use your house. I need a place where there is a lot of light. So I came to a hotel where they said they have a meeting room. And I came there. I'm going to pay for the meeting room. So I sacrificed. I could have said, oh, after all, I'm talking to students. Let me put off my camera. After all, they are not putting on their own camera as well. And let me use my phone and sit down in my car with the AC on. But no, my brand is that I'm a professional. I like to do things the right way. So don't take anything for granted. Whatever it is you are working on, do it very, very well. Another way that we can pass a message across for our brand is, what do you write on social media? Some of you, if I go to I can see Kamaldeen Soliu. If I go to your Instagram or your Facebook or your LinkedIn, what do I see? Do I see rubbish? How do you describe yourself? Am I happy to talk to you? Do I want to interact with you? So a brand building efforts are things that we do every day. Where you pray, when you go to the mosque, even your imam knows you in the mosque, that this lady, whenever she comes to this man, whenever he comes to the mosque for Fajr prayers or for Juma service, he comes very late. He's always at the back. He prays outside. But when they see Khadija or Motere, she's always at the front row. The lecturers know those who answer questions in class. They know those who smell nice. So if we are going to do our brand, we need to make sure anything we are doing covers our brand. Where do you go for your holiday? Where do you do your externship? If you want to be great in life, the energy, if you write a piece of paper now and I say, Abdulaziz Yunus, write what you want to be when you grow up. How much do you want to make? The energy you will use to write 1 billion naira is the same energy you will use to write 1 million naira. So if you can write 10 billion naira, why should you write 1 billion naira? It's not the same energy. So always aim for the best. Always aim for the best. Anything you are doing, always aim for the best. You are going to go and serve. When you go to law school, you are going to go for your externship. Don't say because you are in law school, you want to go to a place where a law firm where it's not busy, so that you can have time to read. Then you now say, please give me one law firm in Dutse or in a village somewhere where they are not busy, because I want to be able to have time to read. You are killing your brand. Because if you do your externship in a big law firm in Kano or in Kaduna or in Abuja, when you go there, you are going to meet people. And if you are a very serious person and you are well put together, the person you met in the law firm, they will respect you and say, I'm going to employ you when you finish in law school. Come and work for me. Because when you did your chamber attachment in my law firm, I liked the way you were well done, you were well prepared, and the way you were doing in law school. So let's not take that for granted. Another concept about branding again is that you must embrace your story and your environment. For me now, I'm from a village in Osun State. I'm proud of my heritage. I don't pretend. I don't pretend. So own your story. If you are from a poor background or you are from a village, don't try and pretend as if you are from a rich family. If you are not outgoing, don't pretend. Be authentic. Everybody cannot have the same brand. Look at Donald Trump. He says whatever comes to his mind. He is the way it is. And people like people who are authentic, who are vulnerable. They don't like those who pretend. Look at Kamala Harris. During the campaign, we couldn't say this was her personality, because she was always trying to play safe with everyone. And it cost her the election. But Donald Trump will let you know that I'm an ultra-conservative person. I'm against immigrants. I'm against this. I'm against taxes for rich people. You know, he had his philosophy, and he owned his philosophy. He owned his brand. So you too, learn how to own your story. Don't say because you are a Muslim, you are wearing hijab, and you want to start pretending as if you are not a Muslim. You want to start pretending. No, if you are a Muslim and you are a hijab wearing Muslim, own your story. There are other ways by which you can push out your brand. And this brand is very important. From university now, look at what Kamaldeen was saying, that because I came for NAMLAS in Lagos, NAMLAS National Conference in Lagos, I mentioned something, and based on that, he said he wants us to have this topic, and he's inviting me. So now I'm having another speaking engagement. From this speaking engagement now, I'm going to meet so many other people whom I've never met before. And some of them will add me on LinkedIn. Some of them can become judges in 20 years' time or in 10 years' time, and we can do business together. So if I didn't project a good brand to you when I came to Unilag about 3 weeks ago or 1 month ago, you will not invite me. If I had come there and I was not well prepared, or my shirt was dirty, or I was speaking bad English, or I was not well put together, the likelihood of you inviting me to this program will be very slim. So it means that I was deliberate. I didn't just say I was going to Unilag to talk to students, don't let me prepare. I was well prepared. So part of your brand can be anything you are doing, be well prepared, be willing to serve. Don't focus on money alone. If you are in NAMLAS, volunteer to do something in NAMLAS. If you are in Law Student Society, volunteer to do something very well in Law Student Society. If you belong to a mosque, volunteer. Always think of, how can I add value to people? When I came to Unilag that day, they gave me a wrong topic. They told me to prepare for a topic, but when I got to the program, they gave me a different topic. And I told the lady who anchored the program, I said, you need to look for a way for me to talk about what I prepared. And after the data protection, they didn't allow me to say anything. And I spoke up myself. I said, guys, give me 5 minutes. I need to talk about what I prepared. So I was very confident. I told the lady, and based on what I said towards the end of the program was what you guys even now preferred to the main thing that I said at the program. So that was because I was prepared and I was talking from my experience. So anything we are doing, let's be prepared. Let's always put our best foot forward. And let's also have social media presence. Let's not run away from social media, because all of us dress very well now because we want people to see us as respectable individuals. But people don't see us online or physically. They see us more online. Everybody searches everybody online. So we must take it very, 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 very serious. As a lawyer, for the lawyers here, how can we brand ourselves as lawyers? Let's focus on our dressing. Dressing is very important, because that's the first thing anybody sees when they interact with you, is your dressing. If you look nice, they want to talk to you. If you don't look nice, they avoid you. You know, so we have to take our dress. Even if you have just 2 shirts, make sure your shirt is always clean. Make sure your shoe is always well polished. And try and buy perfume and smell nice for the guys amongst us. Don't have body odor. Go and use dental floss regularly. Go and see your dentist once in a year to do your scaling and polishing. Take your hygiene very, very seriously, because people judge you based on your appearance before they judge you based on what you say. Another way you can help your branding is by reading widely. Don't just be on social media to be consuming rubbish. Read books, go online, learn from people, follow people online, comment on their posts, read up on what they say. Because all these things helps your brand and it makes you a better person. Because when people meet you, they want to interact with you. When you go to your law firm, volunteer as a leader. Don't just do the work they give to you. Write articles. I don't know, some of you will know Caleb. There's one guy, I think his name is Caleb Adebayo. He's a lawyer, he's based in America. He used to work for AO Sherman. Last week, I just saw that he just got another job with another law firm, Linklaters. Do you know why he got a job in Linklaters? He was a leader in A&O Sherman. He was always writing on LinkedIn. I've never met him before, but I like to read his posts because I saw that this guy is an active person and is a brilliant person. And based on that, I took an interest in him because of his brand. So as lawyers, let's dress well and let's write articles. Let's write articles. Let's do videos. Don't just write rubbish. Write articles. When you write articles and you put them online, when people search for you online, they will see stuff that you've done before. And when they've seen stuff that you've done before, they respect you and they want to do business with you. If you meet a client today and you work for your client, do the job for your client very well. My lawyers in my office, they know me. When people send me emails, I respond promptly to emails. I don't take my job for granted because I want my clients to have a good impression about me. When my clients have good impression about me, they will always come back. They will always give me more business because they like my services. So the best form of branding is when people give you job to do the job very well. Do the job very well. Put in your best. Do your research online. Go to the library. Always ask yourself, this work I'm sending out, is this the best version of my work? Can I do better? If you can do better, before you click on send, do the work very well. If somebody says write an article about something, do it well. Do your CV, do it very well. Edit your CV, let somebody review it for you. look well put together. So when you do all these things very well, indirectly the brand you are projecting is, I'm a smart person, I know what I'm doing, I'm a brilliant lawyer, I know everything I'm doing well, and people will always want to be my friends because they know that, oh, when they hear Farouk, what comes to mind? I don't know, I have an idea of what my brand is, but my lawyers in the office and my friends that read me online and people who know me one-on-one, they know what my brand is. So when you do anything, any work you are doing, when you do it very well, you are projecting a brand. But you can't say on your LinkedIn profile, some people will write, I'm a brilliant commercial lawyer and this and that. But when they send you email, you don't respond properly. When you are sending emails, you are making typographical error. When they see you, you are not well dressed. When it's time to go to court, you always come late to court. When you are in court, you are addressing the court, you'll be looking for your file. My lord, give me 1 minute, let me check my paper. You are looking, you don't know the facts of your matter at the tip of your finger. So you have to do this very well. And again, another concept of branding is that, because why do we brand ourselves? We brand ourselves because we want people to know what we do. There's a quotation that says that visibility is credibility. If people don't know you and they don't know what you do, how can you sell it? You are a brilliant lawyer. You know all the laws in Nigeria, but nobody knows you. You are under the cave. So what's the benefit of you knowing the law? You are like a donkey, because the law that you know is not useful to anybody because nobody knows you. So if you know the law, let people know you know the law. It's not called bragging. It's called humble bragging. Humble bragging. Because if you know something and you've done something, let's say I did a case 2 weeks ago, I got judgment for my client. I don't have to disclose the fact, I don't have to disclose the name of the parties. I can just write on LinkedIn and say, I'm glad that we just got judgment in a matter related to a land dispute in Ibadan. We represented the plaintiff and they took his land for 10 years, but we got judgment in his favor. I look forward to working on more cases like this. And I got judgment on this date, and just put more details. When you push that out there, if somebody goes on your LinkedIn page and they see it, they know that, oh, this guy is a land lawyer. He knows what he's doing. So you're not bragging, you're only talking about what you have done. So as professionals, as law students, we need to be able to talk about what we do. Last week, when I came for your program in Unilag, I told you guys, I said, write about your LinkedIn, about the program we did on LinkedIn. And about 5 or 6 of you wrote about it, and they tagged me, and I saw them. Now I know Karima Mohammed, I know Yunus, I know Zakari, I know so many people that I wouldn't have known before. Some of them have even followed me on Facebook. So now they are my friends now. So if I have an employment opportunity, I can reach out to them. If I need somebody in Unilag or I need something, I can reach out to Karima. So there are different examples on what we need to do to build our brand. And there's another concept called doppelganger. I don't know if I pronounce the word very well. Some people have a different personality online than offline. If you are in that category, you are going to fail because your brand must be consistent. If you are writing online and you are using AI to write online, meanwhile your diction is not good enough, and people who are close to you know that this guy does not know how to speak English, you are killing your brand, because they will say this guy is a liar, he's a fraudulent person, he's deceiving us, this is not the way he looks, he's going to borrow somebody's car to take a picture, he didn't go for this conference, he didn't work on this case, he's only telling lies. You must be authentic, you must always say the truth, you must ensure that your personality offline is the same thing as your personality online, and embrace whatever it is you want. Embrace who you are. I'm a lawyer, I'm a dispute resolution lawyer, I do commercial litigation, I do family law, I like chess, I love perfumes, I love politics. That is who Farouk Abbas is. I love to help people, I love to teach, I love to mentor young people. That's who I am. I'm not a finance person, I'm not an oil and gas person, I'm not a fashionista, I'm not a tax expert. I know what I'm not and I know what I am. I don't like art, I don't like paintings, so you will not see me online pretending. I'm a Muslim, I believe in my religion. Some people, if they are speaking engagements for NAMLAS, they will not put it online because they don't want people to know that they are active Muslims. But if they have a speaking engagement in maybe for young lawyers or for lawyers in oil and gas, they will put it up. So they are scared of what people will say, that is a Muslim, they might not give you brand. The name of my law firm is Absalam Abbas & Co. Some people have told me before that I should change the name, that I will not get some kind of business because it's a Muslim name. I said, to hell with them. I don't care. That's my name. That's my father's name. I love the brand. I'm proud of my brand. So always know that not everybody will like your brand, and don't be scared of what people will say about you. Everybody has problems in life. We all have different problems we are dealing with. So I don't care about what is going on in your life. So just move forward and do what you have to do. And people cannot trust you if you don't have a brand. People can't trust you if you don't have a brand. How will I trust you when I don't know who you are? In the 21st century now, people who want to do business with us, they want to know who we are. What are your values? How do you dress? What do you do during the weekend? Where do you live? What kind of way do you do? What kind of car do you drive? If you don't have money, don't steal to buy a car, expensive car. But if you have the money, invest in a good car. Invest in books. Some people, when they go for conferences or they go for meetings, you see them, they'll be using their phone. Even when you're on the phone, if I sit down beside you, what are you doing on your phone? If I sit down beside you and you are playing chess, I will love you because I play chess. I want to talk to you. If you are reading Wall Street Journal, I want to talk to you. I love you. But when I sit down beside you in public and you are reading Linda Ikeji, even if you are going to read Linda Ikeji, why not wait until you are in your house at night to read Linda Ikeji? Why must you do things that will spoil your reputation? As human beings, anything you want to do, it must be things that will add value to you, that will project your reputation. Don't do things that will bring yourself down. Don't do things that will bring yourself down. Ask yourself, this thing I'm doing, does it make sense? Will it add to my value? Will it add to where I want to achieve in life? If it won't add to it, cut it off. Cut it off. And make friends in terms of your circle, to your friends too. Be deliberate with what kind of friends you have, because if you have a bad friend, people will say you're also a bad person, because your friend's brand would affect your own brand as well. So be careful with the kind of friends you have. Be careful with the kind of things you do. Be careful with where you go to. There are some places that if you tell me you went there, I will have an impression about you. Can you write on LinkedIn and say, it was a pleasure going to Quilocks last night to go and so? That means your brand. They will say, this guy, so that means you like going clubbing. Some people, that's their lifestyle. They're entertainers. They can do it. But someone like me now, what am I looking for there? You will not even see me there in the first place, because it doesn't align with my personality. It doesn't align with my brand. So I'll be consistent. And I feel that I've spoken fully about this. I want it to be interactive. I don't want to talk too much, so you guys can ask questions if you have any questions. But I will summarize all I've said. Have a vision of what kind of person you want to be. When you have that vision, identify what you need to do to achieve that vision. Make sure that whatever you do is promoting your brand. For example, now, I only had a meeting in Ibadan today, and the next thing I have is a Zoom meeting. I could have worn a t-shirt and a short knicker, because where I was going to, they are not going to give me money. It was a meeting, it was a family meeting. But look at the way I'm dressed. Most of you know this cap. It's majorly politicians who wear this cap. So if you see my cap, I'm wearing my cap. I could have decided not to put on a cap, but I put on my cap, I'm putting on my dress, my nice native, I'm putting my wristwatch, and it's a weekend. So if you see me now, some of you might think, is this guy a politician? Is he a commissioner? Yes. I want you to have that impression about me. I don't want you to say that, look at the way he's dressed. Is he Portable? Is he Portable's friend? Is he a Davido? Is he an entertainment lawyer? I don't want that brand. So don't take anything for granted. If I want to have meeting with people in Lagos and I don't want you to come to my office, or I don't want us to meet in the office, I will say, let's go and have tea. If you cannot pay for lunch for somebody, don't invite them for lunch or dinner. Say, let's go and have tea. Tea is cheaper. If I want to invite you anywhere, I invite people for tea. I don't invite them for lunch. Once in a while, if I don't like you, I invite you for lunch. But if it's just a random meeting I want to have regularly, I will say, let's have tea. And I will go to a nice restaurant, a very classy place. I will say, let's have tea at the flower shop, or let's have tea at Southern Sun. There's nowhere you cannot enter if you are well dressed. Don't be scared of anywhere that, Transcorp, I can't enter Transcorp. Oh, it's for people that have money that go to Transcorp. Yes, okay, if you want to go to a cool hotel, to stay in a cool hotel is 600,000 naira per night, or thereabouts. If you don't have 600,000 naira per night, there's a cafe in a cool hotel downstairs where they sell cake and they sell tea. If you go and take tea there and you are reading a book, if somebody comes there and they talk to you, they want to be your friend. They will feel like talking to you. But if I see you under the bridge where they are eating under the bridge because you want to save money and you're not eating under the bridge, I don't want to be your friend. Because if you don't have money to buy food in a good restaurant, you can cook rice in your room, in your house, and eat quietly there. Why should you go and be eating under the bridge? Why should you be walking on the road and be eating gala on the road and be drinking pure water on the road? Why can't you wait until you get home? Why should you be in the bus and you are in the bus? You are watching Netflix. You are watching 7 Doors on the phone. In the morning on the way to the office in the bus. When I see you, I'll say this guy must be such a useless person. Early in the morning watching series. But that person will say, Shebi, I'm on the bus, I'm on my way to the office. I just want to while away time. If you want to while away time, must you while away time early in the morning watching a movie? Why can't you while away time reading newspaper? Why can't you while away time reading a book? Everywhere I'm going to, I always have a book in my bag. As I'm talking to you now, I have 3 different books I'm reading at the same time, and they're all in my bag. Look at what I'm reading. Sell Like a Spy. Look at another book, Getting to Yes. Look at the third one, Move Your Boss. They are all in my bag. So the way I feel, I bring out anyone I feel like reading at any point in time. And I just traveled from Lagos to Osun State yesterday for a presentation. I slept in Osogbo. From Osogbo, I came to Ibadan this morning. I'm in a meeting room in a hotel now. Once I'm done now, I'll go back to have lunch, then I go to Lagos. But I have books with me that I want to read if I'm free. I also want to watch 7 Doors. I've only watched 1 episode, or 1.5 episode. I've not finished watching it. I could have said, don't let me bring any book. But I don't roll that way. I'm reading to develop myself for the future. So that when I meet Aliyu Baba Saidu, or Mohammed Taufik, or Ibrahim Suleiman in the future, and we are talking, they will say, Farouk is smart. Farouk is a brilliant lawyer. He knows what he's saying. So you have to consciously take steps to develop your mental capacity. So that when people engage you, they can see that you are a very smart person. That's how to build a brand. Building a brand is not until you wear expensive clothes and you are taking picture in Sheraton Hotel and you are driving car or you are taking picture in your law firm. That's not what they call brand building. So do your work very well. Be deliberate about your actions and don't take anything for granted. Don't ever take anything for granted. I don't take anything for granted. Even when I'm going to the mosque, in my house, when I want to go and pray Fajr in the mosque, I wear perfume to the mosque. Every time I wear perfume to the mosque. And my jalabia are always very nice and very neat. Some people, when you see them in the mosque, their jalabia will be rumpled together, very rough and dirty. You wonder, why must you dress this way to the mosque? So because you are going for Fajr, does it mean that your jalabia should not be ironed? What kind of Muslim, is that what Islam preaches? Islam says that you must be neat. You must use your siwak. You must wash your teeth. You must smell nice. So when you are going to the mosque, iron your jalabia. Even if it's only 2 jalabia you have, iron it and look nice. Don't look haggard. Some people, they will say, we're just going to supermarket. We want to just go and buy. I want to go and buy something for my children. Therefore, I can dress anyhow I like. No, anywhere you are, you must be a Boy Scout. That's my rule. I'm always a Boy Scout. What it means is that you must be prepared. Anywhere you go, you can meet Dangote on the road. You can meet Elon Musk at the airport. You can, anywhere you are going, just think, I'm going to Ibadan. This hotel I'm staying now, I saw the owner of the hotel in the other conference room. He's a former SSG of Osun State government. He has run for governor before. If I'm done now and I have free time, I will go and say hello to him and say, hey, sir, my name is Farouk. Can you remember me? And I will greet him because I'm prepared. So let's focus on our priorities and let's not do things beyond our capacity. If you want to get married to your wife and your money, you can only afford a small venue, use a small venue, invite 20 people and have something very classy. Don't go and do a wedding, invite 300 people and everywhere is dirty and looks rough. No. So let's be deliberate. Let's be conscious. Well, if you know you want to be known as a riffraff, you want to be known as an unserious fellow, then don't care about your brand. Live your life anyhow you like. Some people say they don't get jobs. There are no jobs in Nigeria. I say it's a lie. I worked in 3 different law firms. When I joined Funke Aboyade, I didn't do any interview. The next law firm I worked with Candy Johnson, SAN, Strachan Partners. I went for a conference, I met him, and I liked him. And I told him, and I applied to his law firm. And they interviewed me. They were going to employ me, but I said I couldn't join them because I was serving in another law firm. And they didn't take me. But some months later, my boss went to a program where Candy Johnson was giving a speech, and she got the program of events and she gave it to me. And I read Candy Johnson's speech, and I sent him an email. Dear sir, I saw your speech. I applied to your law firm some months ago and they did not take me. I didn't hear from them and I still want to work with you. Guess what happened? He invited me over. He came for my interview and he employed me. How did I get my last job after I left Strachan Partners? I went to work with Alex. Do you know how I got my job with Alex? We were doing a case against Alex. My own law firm, Strachan Partners, we were representing Start Oil. It was an oil and gas case. And Alex was representing Petrobras. Can you guys hear me? Okay, excellent. Yes, excellent. Okay. And Alex was representing Petrobras. And one day, my friend just told me in the newspaper, in the kitchen, in my office, that he saw an advert in the newspaper. Alex wants to recruit senior associates of Nigeria, senior associates, that I should apply. I said, I don't have a CV. He said I should go and do my CV. I just did my CV and I sent it to Alex. Immediately I sent my CV to Alex. The partner in Alex, Mr. Tunde Olowu, SAN, he called me to his office. When I met with him, he said, Farouk, are you sure you can leave Candy Johnson to come and work for Alex? I said, yes, sir. He said, because the way I see you with Candy Johnson, you seem that you're very close to him. I said, yes, sir, I can leave him. He now said, okay, don't worry. I'll get you an appointment to meet with Funke Adekoya, SAN. And I said, no problem. And 3 days later, they called me that Funke Adekoya wants to see me. And I met with Funke Adekoya, and she asked me, Farouk, why do you want to leave Strachan Partners? The way you are talking to me, you don't seem like you are angry about Strachan Partners. You seem happy. You seem like if I give you my offer letter, you want to go and use my offer letter to go and negotiate for a higher salary with Candy Johnson, SAN. And I told Mr. Adekoya, SAN, I said, madam, you know Candy Johnson, SAN. If I show him your letter of employment to negotiate, he will tell me to go to hell. It doesn't work that way. I only want to come to Alex because I want to be able to do cases in other parts of the country. In Strachan, I'm only doing cases in Lagos. And they asked me, Farouk, how much do you want to earn as your salary? And I said 350,000 naira. And she said, okay, they'll get back to me. And I left. 3 weeks later, they called me, they gave me my offer letter, 350,000 naira. They had to increase the salary of their lawyers then to meet up with what I requested. So 10 years ago, they employed me. And my salary was 350,000 naira. Alex, if I were to do the test in Alex, when they employed me then, I would have failed their test because I don't know GMAT. Alex then, they used to do GMAT in their test, and I can never know GMAT. I don't want to ever know it. I don't want to know it. So if you tell me to come and write GMAT test, I will fail. I don't want to know it. I don't want to learn it. But I entered Alex without any test, without any interview. Should I surprise you again? After I joined Alex for some months, I resigned and I set up my law firm. When I set up my law firm, I still got 2 employment offers. One law firm, they invited me that I should close my law firm and come and be a partner in their law firm, that they will promote me to partner. And it's a big law firm. I don't want to mention their name. And I said, no, I don't want. Another time again, Mrs. Funke Agbo, Denton Acres, she saw me at a conference and she said, I want you to work for me. I said, ma, I run my own firm. She now said, oh, and she said, give me back my card. She now collected her card. She gave me a business card. She now collected her card back from there. I don't need you. So there are jobs in Nigeria. There are jobs. But people are not getting jobs because they don't have a good brand and they are not doing the right thing. So there are jobs. And if you look at my colleague George, I don't know if he's still here. He works in my office. He doesn't have to be on this call, but he joined this call just to hear what I have to say. So he goes the extra mile. So I respect him. I love him. I will go the extra mile for him. If he has any problem, I will make sure I can solve that problem. And I will not do that for everybody that is in my office. But he goes the extra mile. So even in the office, you go the extra mile. You can brand yourself as a striker. In my office, I have several lawyers. We are about 7 lawyers. We have 2 litigation clerks. We have a practice manager. We have a cleaner, and we have 1 other admin staff. But out of them, if they say, Farouk, choose your top 3, I know the top 3 I will choose, my strikers. That if they have any problem now, I can take a loan from the bank to solve their problem. But they branded themselves with their work, with their attitude to work. Meanwhile, there are some lawyers that will not come early to work. There are some that when you send them emails, they will not respond on time. And there are some that if you send them emails, they respond promptly. So that's how to brand yourself. You write articles. There are so many things you can write about. You can read the law report and write an article. I can even write about branding. You can write about your experience. I attended a branding session today by Farouk Abbas. He's a lawyer, and these are the things I gained from it. I plan to implement it. Lawyers, take branding seriously. Bam! Post it on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Some people will like what you have said and they will follow you. So if I want to hire anybody now, I hire somebody I can have lunch with. If you are a lawyer and I cannot have lunch with you, I will not hire you. If you are having mouth odor, but unless you are very, very brilliant. If you are very, very brilliant, I will not tell you that, I want to hire you, but you have mouth odor. I will take you to go and see my dentist. They have to go and do scaling and polishing for you. I will give you perfume. I will invest in you. But you can't work with me if you have body odor or mouth odor. It drives me crazy. I can't stand it. And somebody must recommend you to me. So at this day and age now, I will go to your LinkedIn profile if I want to employ you. I'll go and check you online. What do you do on Twitter? What do you do? If I Google your name and the only thing I see is Facebook, TikTok, no article, no former NAMLAS president. There's somebody that works in my office. Abdullah is an intern in my office. He's a former NAMLAS president in Unilorin. I don't know him from anywhere. But on our LinkedIn post, our office posted the post on LinkedIn and he commented there that he wants to work with us. For 3 weeks, we didn't check it. When I saw it, I invited him. When I saw his CV, when we did an interview for him, we said, whoa, this guy is smart. And I've told him, I said, Abdullah, when you go to law school, even if Olaniwa Ajayi offers you an employment, before you accept, give me the offer letter. Because I want you to work for me. That's an intern. I don't know him from anywhere. If he were to be a Christian, I would have taken him too. So it wasn't because he's a Muslim. So I will not do things because you are a Muslim. I will do things because you are competent. If you are a Muslim and you are not competent, I will not hire you. But if you are a Muslim and you are competent, yes. Because we have joint interest. In this book I'm reading currently, Sell Like a Spy. Do you know what the book says? What the author of the book says? The author of the book said that the greatest salesmen in the world are spies. Because a spy will recruit somebody from another country to betray his country. You as a salesman, when Kamaldeen was giving the introduction of this program, he was talking about law being a business. Lawyers, we are salesmen, because if you don't have clients, you will not have a law firm. So as lawyers, we need to market to get briefs. There's a difference between marketing and advertising. The rules of professional conduct says lawyers don't advertise. Advertising means, come and give me work. I'm the best lawyer in Lagos. My name is Farouk Abbas. I win cases. Boom. Facebook. That's not allowed. Because that's advertising. You are directly going for begging for work, asking for work. But marketing is that, hi guys, my name is Farouk Abbas. I'm a dispute resolution lawyer in Lagos. I represent business owners and top individuals in Nigeria on their property transactions, commercial transactions, and family matters. If you have any issues about this and you want to discuss with me, feel free to talk to me. I look forward to hearing from you. Bye guys. Boom, I'm gone. That's not advertising. That's marketing. I've not said I'm the best lawyer in Nigeria. I've not said I'll win the case for you. I've not said come and give me work. I've only told you about myself. So as an individual, you must be able to talk about yourself. You must be able to express yourself. If you cannot speak good English, go and read books. Why I like reading is because reading gives me more words. Reading expands my mind. Reading makes me believe as if I've lived in different countries. So as a salesman, as a spy, you are the greatest salesman in the world, because you are telling people to do things that if their country catches them, they will kill them. And do you know how spies get people to become a spy for them? They look for shared interest, common interest. So I'm giving you guys that secret too. When you meet people, if you want to connect with me now, I've given you guys so much information about myself. I've told you that I'm on LinkedIn. I've told you that I'm a lawyer. I do litigation. I told you I'm from Osun State. I told you I like politics. I told you I like perfumes. I told you I like chess. I told you I like to teach. So if you want to engage me on my topics of interest. I'm a Muslim. I will fall in love with you. So when you meet people, before you engage, study them, hear from them. Don't talk too much. Listen more than you are talking. When you listen to them, hear what they have to say. I'll give you an example now. Karima, I can't remember her surname, maybe Karima Mohammed or something. She's also here. She finished from Unilag. She reached out to me on LinkedIn when she came to my program. Before she reached out to me on LinkedIn, I had noticed her because my wife's name is Karima. And right from childhood, my dad took me somewhere to one of his friend's house, and the house was Karima house. So in my mind that day, I said when I grow up, if I have a daughter, I will name her Karima. So when I met my wife, and her name was Karima, my heart just melted. Before I even got to know what kind of person she was, her name was already attractive to me. But guess what? When I met Karima Mohammed in Unilag, I didn't even tell her my wife's name is Karima Mohammed, because I don't need anything from her. But assuming she was a judge, and I met her at that conference, and I want to be her friend, I'll just walk up to her and say, Karima, how you doing? You know, my wife's name is Karima, and I've always loved Karima. So tell me about yourself. You know, she'll be happy because I've looked for something to connect with her. So when you meet people, don't just meet somebody and start asking for money for rent or asking for a favor. Study them and see what you can do for them first, or build the relationship. When you build the relationship, look at Kamaldeen now. He invited me for BUK program today because he met me at Lamlas program. Assuming he didn't meet me at Lamlas program, if he just sent me a random message, I might not accept because we're during the holiday. So don't let me talk too much. People have been raising their hand. Latifa, you raised your hand. Can you ask a question, Latifa?